Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So we're back with a discussion on the new legendary queue and ranked updates. Now this just came out on Wild Rift's Twitter 2 hours ago from when I'm recording this, so hopefully I can do a real quick recording and upload it onto YouTube because I haven't really seen anybody else discussing this, and really we kind of didn't even know it was coming, so it kind of came out of left field on this one. So what we're going to do for this video is we're going to be covering the facts. Then I'm going to be giving my opinions on what is actually going to be happening. So now what we're not going to do is we're not going to be reading through letter by letter, word by word, because if you guys want to do that, I'll put the link to this article from Riot Games website, and you can read it for yourself because there's no point to go through everything word by word. So we're just going to cover the main points. So the main thing here is there's going to be a new queue called Legendary Queue. So this queue is going to be solo only, as you guys can see. So you can't duo queue, you can't trio, you can't 5-man, only solo queue, and you have to be diamond and above in the in the current queue in order to go into legendary queue. So from now on, I'm gonna be referring to legendary queue as legendary queue, and I'm gonna be referring to the current rank system as the current queue, as is the terminology in this article, so as to not get confused on which ranked I'm talking about, because now there's two ranked queues. So they're also making some adjustments to the current rank queue, so we're going to get into that real quickly. So the first part of the paragraphs just talks about a little bit about how people want split queues, so there really isn't too much interesting there. So next we get into the meat of it, which is the legendary queue. As we covered, only diamond plus players, and it's only solo queue, so all 10 men in the match will be solo. No one is duo, no one knows each other, at least probably not, so everybody is on their own. So in this queue, there will be 6 ranks. So here it is. The lowest ranked will be Warrior 4, and the highest ranked is Legend. So we have Warrior 4321, Commander 4321, Guardian 4321, Vanquisher 4321, Immortal 4321, and Legend. So each have 4 sub tiers, as I have just mentioned. So here they do mention that you have to earn legendary points. So this basically means that here we are having a VP system, and yeah, so obviously you only get it when you win, so that's just making it very clear. You only get it when you win, and how much you get, it depends on your skill level and the skill level of your opponent. So now this leads me to believe it's gonna be basically comparing MMR of you versus your opponents. So for example, if you are a Commander 3 player and the enemy team has, let's say, 2 Guardian 2 players, you are likely to be getting more legendary points from that win than compared to if you're a Commander 3 player and you beat up on like 3 Warrior 3 players on the other team, that sort of deal. So this probably means that, of course, we don't know how much you get per win, and you don't know how much you need to rank up, but we follow the current rank system, like in diamond and above. We are having plus 15 minus 10 now. We used to have plus 10 minus 15 back in the day, so I'm gonna assume it's gonna be something like that. Like every win you'll maybe get plus 10, plus 13, or plus 15, and every loss you can get minus 15, minus 13, minus 8, minus 10, that kind of thing. It's gonna be varying based on the MMRs, is what I think. So what they're trying to do with this queue, this is supposed to be an incredibly competitive queue only for people who are extremely competitive in this particular for the particular game, which of course is Wild Rift. Not sure why I said that, but yeah. So people who are extremely competitive, this is for you. So next up, here we're only going to include teammates at least 1 major rank away from you. So at worst, if you're Commander 4, at worst you're going to be facing against a Guardian 1. You're not going to be facing against an Immortal or a Vanquisher, which is a complaint that a lot of people have in the current queue. So that is really good, and they're also going to be, of course, monitoring the situation and seeing how they can adjust the matchmaking. Another significant thing is you have a separate MMR in Legendary queue, so your current rank MMR as well as like your ARAM or your PvP MMR will not affect your Legendary queue MMR. It's completely a fresh MMR, and this really is important for some people because some people have horrible MMRs, and you know they're having horrible gains and losses on their VP in current queue. So this is something to note, something important for those people. And next up, we're going to talk about the current ranked changes. So now the current rank queue, first up, nothing too much here. Here we go. So the first change that they're making is instead of rank marks ending in Emerald, they will now go all the way to Challenger. So now basically, instead of having the VP system for diamond and above, now you're only gonna be getting marks. So a mark for a win and a mark loss for a loss. A mark gain for a win and a mark loss for a loss. So when you're above diamond, basically when you're diamond 4 to, sorry about that, when you're diamond 4 to diamond 1, you're gonna need to earn 6 marks per tier for diamond. So basically, when you reach diamond 4, you'll have diamond 4 1 mark. You need to reach diamond 4 6 marks and win one more match to go to diamond 3 1 mark. And you're gonna do that all the way to get to diamond 1. And when you reach master, you accumulate marks that will go up with each win and down with each loss. So there's no cap on that, because master and above you can gain unlimited marks. You could go all the way to 100 marks, 200 marks, 1000 marks, etc. But to get into grandmaster or challenger, so grandmaster you need at least 20 marks and fulfill the rank requirements, and for challenger 40 marks and fulfill the rank requirements. Now what do they mean by rank requirements? Now challenger is going to be the top X% of players, and grandmaster is going to be the top X plus Y% of players. So for example, let's say challenger is the top like 0.01% of players, and grandmaster is the top 0.05% of players. Now I pulled those numbers out of thin air. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but that's going to be for grandmaster and challenger. So if I'm not mistaken, in the current queue, to go to grandmaster, you only need to be above 200 VP or automatically grandmaster. So it's only really challenger where you have to really fight to be at the top of the leaderboards to be challenger. But looks like now they're making it harder to go to grandmaster as well, which is sort of what it is in League PC at the moment. For both grandmaster and challenger, you have to be at a certain percentage or number on the leaderboard to be grandmaster or challenger. So overall, it seems that it's gonna be harder to be in grandmaster. Challenger is likely to be relatively the same, and yeah. So basically, these are all the changes. So now we're going to discuss about the impact of the changes and what it means. So the first thing we're going to talk about is legendary queue. So what is the implications of legendary queue? Now first up, I think that legendary queue is really good for people who want to play legendary queue. So if you're someone who's extremely competitive in the game, and you are those that, you know, basically you always want to win. Let's say you're the kind who, let's say, have you're one trick of a champion, 1,000 matches kind of thing. You're extremely skilled at the game, or you are the kind that has a champion Ocean, extremely skilled at the game. Whatever the case may be, a lot of different people are good at the game for a lot of different ways. You could be a master of a champion, be a master of a role, have really good macro, be an amazing support, etc. Basically, long story short is, if you're diamond and above and you are really competitive at the game, this queue is for you. Is your what this touts to be is, it's gonna be a lot fiercer of a competition with everybody in solo queue. No like duos or trios like kind of messing up how the game goes. It's gonna be super duper fair, solo only. Of course there's still gonna be trollers, of course there's still gonna be inters, of course there's still gonna be feeders, but it's gonna be way more competitive than solo queue. So that's really good in that aspect. However, what this does is, Wild Rift already has a really small player base. So what's going to happen for the current queue is, the majority of the good players are going to be going to legendary queue. So in the current queue, whoever is left over, especially at high ranks like diamond and above, like if you're like diamond master, etc., if you're high rank and you're playing current queue, likely is a lot of the competitive / good players are playing legendary queue and not playing current queue. So that could lead to the match quality deteriorating in current queue. And furthermore, because Wild Rift already has a very small player base, it could lead to longer matchmaking or lower or poorer quality matches. Like for example, if you're diamond in current queue, maybe you'll match with all emeralds, or if you're master even, maybe you'll match with like one diamond and like all emeralds, that kind of thing, because there simply isn't enough players to populate the current queue, because everybody's at legendary queue. Now, something I did forget to mention just now, and I forgot to highlight it. I'm not sure if I can actually find where it exactly is, but okay, I can't actually find exactly where in the article it is, but it does actually say that legendary queue is only going to be open during certain hours of the day, but I can't seem to find that one liner which talks about how, oh, there we go, it's only available during certain hours of the day. So I'm talking about the problems that happen during these certain hours of the day. When legendary queue is closed, you will have a better experience in current queue. So legendary queue only for certain hours. Now I'm not sure how they will balance this with, I guess it's based on your server. Like you have a Asia server, an American server, European server. I can't imagine that they all open and close at the same time, because like for example, if you open at noon on Asia, it could be like midnight or something in America, that wouldn't make sense at all. So I guess it's going to be based on the server what time it will open, but that could also, you know, be a problem for certain people. Like if it opens in the morning, people might be working. If it opens at night, some people may not want to play at night. You know, that could lead to a whole other host of issues on the competitive integrity of Legendary Queue. But hey, you know, it's always there. But yeah, so that's how it is. So as I was talking about the problem about current queue, so current queue, when legendary queue is open, it could be a case where at higher ranks you have really low quality matches, and overall there'll be less skilled players in higher ranks because the skilled players likely will be playing legendary queue. I say likely because it of course it's still a choice for them, but likely they'll be playing legendary queue, and that is gonna be the issue. So now next up, the thing I'm going to talk about is the changes to Diamond and Above Tour Mark system. Now, at first glance, this seems to be making it really easy to be climbing in Diamond, but now I actually want to highlight what's happening now. Now, the current Diamond system is you actually get plus 15 points for a win and minus 10 points for a loss. Basically, everybody is getting the same gains and losses. So what this means is if you win 2 games in Diamond and you lose 3 games, you're going to be at the same spot you're at. So actually having a mark system makes it harder to climb in Diamond, not easier, because if you lose a game, you lose 1 mark. You win a game, you win 1 mark. It's a 50-50 kind of thing. So if you lose 1 mark. You win 1 mark. It's an equal amount. Whereas currently when you win 15 points, but when you lose 10 points. So you still have a net gain of 5 points even though you won and lost an equal amount, which makes it way easier to climb up in Diamond, and more or less makes it such that people in like higher Diamond and Master are not as skilled as they used to be, because last time it used to be plus 10 for a win and minus 15 for a loss. So you really had to win more than you lose to reach Master or higher Diamond, whereas nowadays it doesn't really take that much skill compared to previously. So it takes 6 marks to get to the next Diamond rank. Currently, under the plus 15 minus 10 rule, I guess you could call it, getting 15 points per win means you would need to win 7 matches to get to Diamond, and you would have an excess of 5 points. So basically it's going to be about the same difficulty. I can't say that because it's going to take the same amount of wins to get there, assuming you win all the games in a row, but losses will hurt a lot more. So overall, this makes it harder to climb in Diamond, which is something that I like because I feel that it's way too easy to climb in Diamond at the moment. So I really like this change. Actually, the only small thing to consider is now you do have the Fortitude Shield in Diamond and Above, which previously you did not actually have. So that is actually something that you can take note of. But overall, I think the Fortitude Shield will balance out with the fact that losses now hit harder because you're actually losing the complete gain from what you won on the previous match, compared to you lost 10 but you still have extra 5 VP from what you got from your win. So I do think that this is a extremely good change, and it makes it a lot harder to climb in Diamond. So those are all my thoughts on the new rank changes for the current queue as well as the new legendary queue. But we'll have to of course see what happens when it comes out. So thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.